Welcome. My name is Kelly Pfeiffer. I'm the supervising attorney at Community Law Center. We stand adjacent to the State Center property today to witness the signing of a community benefits agreement between a coalition of local community organizations and the developer of the proposed redevelopment site. We're joined today by members of the two entities entering into the privately negotiated agreement. That's State Center Neighborhood Alliance, which is a coalition composed of the organizations representing the West Baltimore communities most affected by the site, as well as several adjacent anchor institutions, and State Center LLC, the developer for the project. We will hear from representatives of both of those organizations after we sign the agreement. First, I'd like to recognize the many elected officials in attendance today. We have Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake, Senator Catherine Pugh, Council President Jack Young, Councilman Eric Costello, Baltimore Development Corporation President Bill Cole, and did I miss anyone? Councilman Nick Mosby. First, I'd like to just share a little bit about the details of this agreement. Under this agreement, in exchange for the community's support of the project, the developer agrees to involve the community in planning, design, and implementation of the redevelopment, improve access to transit, generate much-needed community jobs and leverage job training for local residents, provide for environmentally sensitive construction and design, work toward community synergy with surrounding areas, and help finance additional community projects. This community benefits agreement is significant and historic because it is the first for a project of this scale in Baltimore. It is Community Law Center's hope that this agreement will pave the way for many more community benefits agreements in Baltimore, which will help our communities to have greater voices in the land use development proposed in their neighborhoods. Community Law Center's mission is to provide legal services to community and nonprofit organizations throughout Maryland to promote stronger communities and more vibrant neighborhoods. As such, we've been pleased to provide hundreds of hours of free legal representation to State Center Neighborhood Alliance so that they could receive proper legal counseling and create a binding and enforceable contract with the developer of the State Center redevelopment project. As of today, this project has been underway for exactly 10 years. Work on this agreement that we're signing today has been underway for a good portion of that time. We're excited to see this agreement executed today, and we welcome action from the governor to move this project forward. And with that, I'd like to ask the mayor if she'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is my distinct pleasure to be here with all of you. Kelly, thank you for the introduction. I want to thank you for making the acknowledgments of all of the electeds who are here. I do want to thank a few members of my team who have been instrumental in where we are today. I think the importance of this agreement is that there is a clear collaboration between the development, between the community, and between the city of Baltimore. As I look back on the history of this project, it is one of the frustrations of my administration and at my time as mayor, really, that we are only here and not further. I look back at how long I've been a supporter of this program, and my support for this program outdated even my time as mayor and city council president. I've been a supporter of this initiative, this project, since I was a member of the city council, because I understood and still understand what a catalytic project this is. I understand what jobs will be created here, and I understand that this is a model for what future development in the city could look like when the community and development teams come together with a clear understanding and with intention around community building and people building as projects move forward. So I stand here with my colleagues in government, with the community members who have fought so hard and stood so strong over many fits and starts over the past 10 years to say you continue to have my support. I will continue to be a strong advocate for this project moving forward. I will continue to ask the Hogan administration to move this project forward. This is what community economic development looks like. This deserves the support. This deserves to be able to move forward. And you, again, have my commitment with my team. Again, Leon Pinkett, who is here, who's worked so hard with this group and with the President of the Baltimore Development Corporation, Bill Cole, both members of my team have worked hard in collaboration with all of you. I want to thank all of the community leaders. Again, this only works when it's organic. It only works when it is community driven. And this collaboration and this agreement today was certainly driven by the community, inspired by what is possible in our community, and again, deserves support. Thank you very much.
Let me also say thank you to the community leaders who've worked so diligently on this project. Kelly, you've really done us a great service. And I just want to say thank you all for hanging in there. We understand the importance of this project. I want to thank the mayor, who has really been steadfast on this project since its very beginning. We certainly would not be here without her, nor would we be here without community leaders and project leaders who understand that all of us working together will make a difference. And this is the model for how projects going forward should take place, that we understand the significance and the importance of the community's input as we move forward, and that developers and development understand that we must have community input, that when we talk about 70,000 people unemployed in our city, that we want people working in our city. And so again, I just want to say thank you, Madam Mayor, thank you, Mr. President, thank you, Mr. City Councilman, and more importantly, thank you to the staff of your office who have worked so diligently on this project. And Carol, I just can't even say thank you enough. We will have the kind of transportation that we need, but more importantly, the charge that you have given us to talk with the governor to say this is a project that the city needs, and we will want you and we will ask you again to help us to move this project forward, because this is significant to the future of Baltimore. Thank you so much.
Good morning. It already have been said. First of all, I'd like to thank the Community Law Center. I want to thank the community partners for sticking together. But I can't tell you how hard Councilman Costello has been working on this project. Every chance that he gets to be in the Lieutenant Governor's face to remind him that this project started under his leadership. Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford, it was his project when he was with General Services. And Councilman Costello constantly remind him of that. So this is a project that's worthy to take place. It will separate, it won't separate, it will combine these communities. It will tear down that wall and combine these communities, and it will provide the much needed jobs for the unemployment in West Baltimore. So this is a project that I really support. I've been supporting this project from day one. I have my button on. I support State Center, and I know that all of you support State Center, and we will be pushing it, and we will, every chance I get when I'm in Annapolis, to reach out to the Hogan administration. I'll be letting them know that I strongly support this project, and I want them to support it too, because look how beautiful it looks, and it will really bring the communities together and won't separate it by that big monster called that State Center building down there, but it would bring together this community, and it will be a walkable community where we can all be very proud of. And I'm looking forward for the groundbreaking so that we can get this project off the ground. And I just want to commend Councilman Costello, because every time that he gets a chance to get in to Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford's face, he's in his face telling him that this project is something that he could be proud of, and he wanted to move forward. So again, thank you.
Thank you for the introduction, Mr. President. I'd like to thank Caroline Moore from Acoustics for her perseverance over nearly a decade and her commitment to Baltimore City. She does. And wanting to move forward with it. I think it's also important to note that the State Center Neighborhood Alliance, led by John Kyle and Jim Hamlin, what they've done here is alien. I mean, they've taken 12 community groups, and anyone here who's been involved in community leadership knows how difficult it is to get two community groups to be on the same page. John and Jim are alien. They've been able to get 12 groups to be on the same page for a really long period of time and bring this all together with the help of the Community Law Center. And that's really incredible. You know, I think you heard from our city leaders today, the mayor and the council president, and I know President Bill Cole from BDC feels the same way, and they recognize the opportunity that this has for our city. And I just hope that the state administration sees the same thing in this opportunity that I do, and that the mayor and that the council president and Bill Cole and everyone up here sees. So I really hope that we're ready to move forward on this project. Thank you.
When you discuss private-public partnerships, this epitomizes it. This project has the ability to forever transform generations, not just what we see today, but the city that we pass on to our children's children. That's why this is important, not only for this community, not only for this city, but for the entire state of Maryland. I'm excited to be joined by the mayor. The mayor has done a tremendous job being out in front of this project since day one. So has our council president. So has Eric Costello and the BDC and the senator. So this is what we're talking about when we're saying let's bring one Baltimore together. We all can collectively come together. We all can grow a greater city, and it starts right here with State Center.
All right, and with that, I think we'll move along to the signing of the document. You want to talk first? Okay. We'll have John Kyle and Jim Hamlin from State Center Neighborhood Alliance.
It's only been 10 years.
Wow, you look the same.
Nobody's changed a bit. Unfortunately, nothing's changed out there a bit. And we're hoping that this step will move us one more forward in doing that. I think that Mr. Costello mentioned that there were 12 groups, but I think it's worthy for me to note those 12 groups, most of whom are standing behind me. The Mount Royal Improvement Association, which represents Bolton Hill, we've got Steve Howard and myself representing us. The Maryland Baptist Convention, Trina Palmore is with us. The Midtown Development Corporation with Charlie Duff. The Marble Hill Association with Steve Okome. The McCullough Homes Residents with Arlene McCain and June Johnson. The Pennsylvania Avenue Redevelopment Group, James Hamlin. The Mount Vernon Belvedere Association with Lance Decker and Jim Pfeiffer. Heritage Crossing Residents with Janet Allen. Seton Hill Association with Kevin McCartney and Lisa Meyerhart. Madison Park Improvement Association with Pam Johnson and Brent Pertuzio. Druid Heights CDC with Roscoe Johnson. And Upton Planning with Wanda Best. 12 groups working together for 10 years.
We all love each other.
And we're still willing to come out in the 35-degree weather and spend time with each other to move this forward. We're gathered today to take this step forward towards fulfilling the promise of State Center. Our West Side and Midtown communities have worked hard together for more than 10 years, seeking to fulfill the promise of training, the promise of jobs, the promise of homes, the promise of a grocery store and other community-sustaining retail, the promise of enhanced offices, the promise of a role in forging our own destinies, the promise of being part of the growth and life of our city and our state. Special thanks to the Alliance, special thanks to Kelly Pfeiffer. We wouldn't be here without her. And special thanks to the city leaders, our mayor, our president, senator, delegate, and councilman for their steadfastness. This agreement will govern the community process for this redevelopment project. We look forward to an even larger turnout for the groundbreaking. He echoes.
I want to also recognize that I've got some partners here, Kevin Johnson with the Commercial Group, Ron Adolph with TAC Enterprises, Michael Furbish with the Furbish Company, and there are many other partners that are not here, but we are all here in spirit, and I appreciate those who were able to come today. I want to thank Mayor Rawlings Blake, Council President Jack Young, Senator Pugh, Councilman Eric Costello. Everything that the Council President said is true. He's been dogged on this, and they've been with us every step of the way. And I really appreciate them being here to celebrate the signing of the CBA, the Community Benefits Agreement. The state, under Ehrlich, O'Malley, and now Governor Hogan's administration, started and carried this project with 3 enlightened steps that made the signing of this CBA possible. They brought together every community, institution, and church in the area to work with them as an integral part of this public-private partnership, determining the fate of the state's property at the gateway to West Baltimore. They then crafted a national search, not for a team that already had a predetermined plan on exactly how the property would be developed, but rather a team that believed the best plan would be the one the surrounding neighborhoods, the city, and the state crafted together. And lastly, the state empowered that group of community leaders to participate in the selection of the development team and to work alongside us on developing the plan that would deliver on our best hopes and aspirations. Those 3 steps by the state of Maryland, bringing the community stakeholders together from the first thought of redeveloping their property, searching for a development team that would think beyond a pre-baked plan, and empowering the community to be a long-term partner at the table is what laid the foundation for us to be able to reach this milestone achievement today. I want to thank the State Center Neighborhood Alliance, its President John Kyle and Vice President Jim Hamlin for their unfaltering and continued leadership, and to thank all the Alliance neighborhood, institutional, business, and church members for their hours of dedicated planning to reach a shared vision for the future of State Center. They never lost hope or enthusiasm over this long schedule and relentless delay. And they have reinforced to us, the development team, how to build a better project, one founded on trust, where all voices matter, and we honor our commitment to one another by committing it to writing and signing it here among these witnesses. I also want to thank Kelly Piper and the Community Law Center for guiding us through this process, where every word in this document mattered and every idea was fully vetted. They were literally our guiding hand and often our steady voice of reason. Today, we have in place as shovel-ready a project as any that has ever used that term, one that will allow us to execute on our bold vision, freeing state workers from deplorable work environments, bringing retail to this transit-rich hub, and providing alternative housing for a market that does not want to be burdened by long commutes or chained to car ownership. This development will reconnect the severed surrounding communities, providing a main street of needed neighborhood amenities such as cafes and a grocery store, all with better access to transit. This vision has been carefully detailed into our workable plan as defined by the unanimously approved City Plan Unit Development, the state's Master Development Agreement, and now with the signing of this Community Benefits Agreement, we are more than ready to begin. Although the state was unable to attend today, we very much look forward to working with Governor Hogan and his administration to execute on this bipartisan plan and realize the promise of its bold and timely vision. Thank you.
And now we'll move along to the signing of the agreement.